Good morning, everyone. I am like missing my intro, I'll be honest. I'm so used to doing my intro for all of the videos, and during Vlogmas I feel like you're probably sick of hearing my like real traditional intro that I normally do. But I do kind of miss it because I always feel like I need to start out my videos that way all the time. Not saying I couldn't do it, but I think, are you guys sick of me yet? It's been like almost the 1 week into Vlogmas time. Today is Monday. I have a day off today and I'm so happy to have a day off while Jimmy is at work. Don't get me wrong, we absolutely love spending time together, but I have so much stuff that I just personally need to do, and not that, like, I can still do that stuff when he's at home, but it's just like I want to clean, I need to do the bedding, I need to do laundry, I need to kind of catch up on all of the things that don't get done, you know, when we're together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Jimmy's not the type to really sit down and not do anything. I mentioned that before. So it seems like we're always busy doing something or fixing something, or, you know, just working on something together and spending our time together. So today I'm just gonna get a lot of those things done as far as cleaning and laundry and doing all those weekly errands, I guess you would say. But welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I have had a lot of subscribers through Vlogmas, so welcome if you are new here. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm hoping that you are loving Vlogmas. I personally have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. I now am just maintaining for the month of December. I'm sitting at about 140 pounds. I started my journey at 240 pounds. I had to have some regain because I did get to my goal weight last August of about 135 pounds. I regained about 20 pounds, but through protein sparing modified fasting that I ended up doing for about 15 weeks, I was able to lose that 20-pound regain. And I am very, very close back to my goal. So I thought during the month of December that I would just kind of maintain and go back to keto, and it is working for me. So I have been maintaining. I literally have been staying the same weight on a daily basis almost, which is excellent. It means that I'm doing it right. We have been very, very busy, which I think definitely helps. I'm not thinking about food. We haven't done, like, other than my keto stuff, my keto baking, I haven't done any Christmas baking. I usually don't do my Christmas baking until Christmas Eve or the 23rd. 23rd or 24th is usually when I do all of my Christmas baking, but Jenna is bringing 3 friends now from Banff that aren't able to go home for Christmas, because Banff is kind of like a transient place where you go to work, whether it's a year, a couple years. It's not a long-term place, but there is a lot of kids that have to work, and that is their busy time. Banff is super busy during the month of December with skiing and their tourism, and so most of them do have to work, but all 3 of Jenna's good friends managed to get the days off and will be coming to our place for Christmas, and we love that. We would never want anybody to be alone for Christmas if possible. You know, we would never let that happen ever in our eyes. So I'm so excited to have them coming. But one of Jenna's friends, Valerie, loves to bake, so I am going to be thrilled to be baking with her on Christmas Eve. They will probably be here earlier on Christmas Eve morning, so I'm going to do all my Christmas baking on that day. And the good thing is they can take home all of the leftovers. All right, I have just poured myself some coffee. I'm just kind of gonna do some work and drink my coffee kind of on the go. You guys, this morning was a mess. Well, I shouldn't say a mess. Oh my gosh. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. I never looked at my phone. We have a smart TV that has the time on the TV. And I was like, all right, I can go back to bed. It's a day off for me. I could not go back to bed for the life of me. Jimmy's alarm went off at like 5:15, and I was still awake, and my mind, I didn't even look on my phone for like the first hour because I was bound to get back to sleep. And I was thinking of just so many things that I needed to do. I was thinking about Vlogmas. I have tons of ideas for the month, which is great. But I was thinking, like, when we go to Banff, I'm thinking like maybe to do 1 or 2 pre-recorded videos, because as much as I love doing Vlogmas every day, I think it's just gonna be good to have like maybe 1 or 2 pre-recorded videos for those occasions, because I feel like the trip to Banff, which we are going this weekend, is going to be very like busy. I want to spend my time with Jenna. I do want to vlog it, but I think I'm going to compile those kind of 2 days into one vlog. So I'm thinking about that, you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I decided, like, I was wide awake when Jimmy woke up. So I came out here. I wasn't sure if I was going to have my coffee. I decided not to, just in case I did go back to bed. And he left for work at about 6:15, and I started getting stuff done because, like I just mentioned previously, I have a whole bunch of stuff to get done at home as far as like the laundry. I needed to change the chickens' water before daylight, before they got out there to have their morning water, and just a bunch of things that I needed to do. So I ended up doing those, and then I hit a wall. I hit a wall around 8:30 in the morning, and I hit a wall and I got so tired, but I had started changing my bedding already. It's like, Janet, why did you start changing your bedding and decide to do your laundry? You know, especially bedding first, right? Like, I could have done bedding last of my laundry, but I did have another set of sheets and my comforter and stuff, so I just made the bed again and I went back to bed. And I woke up around, I think it was around 11:30, had a shower, got ready for the day, and now it is noon. So, you know, I feel like, not that I've wasted the day. I did get like 2 hours of work done earlier in the morning, which was great. So I really didn't miss out on a lot of things. At least I got started on the laundry this morning, and I did a bunch of errands that I needed to do. All right, the focus of today's video though is going to be a recipe. I am going to be making a keto candy cane pie. I cannot wait to make this. So I hope it turns out. I'm going to be using the protein sparing modified fast bread as a crust because I absolutely love it as a crust. I have made so many pie recipes. If you are new here and you're following the protein sparing modified fasting, I have made a ton of pies with the protein sparing modified fast bread, and I love it that way. I will make all of my pies probably using that pie recipe, like, well, it's the protein sparing modified fast bread recipe, but I will always make my pies that way because it tastes so good and holds together so well. So that is what I am going to be making. So let's get started on that. Let's get started on our bread. I have been making it my new way where I add 2 fresh yolks. So you can watch me make it. I've shared my recipe many times, so I'm going to probably speed it up. I'm gonna play some Christmas music. I've been trying to stay with the Christmas music for the month of December. We're gonna have to bake it not very long. I'm probably only gonna bake it for like 5 or 7 minutes, and then we're gonna let it completely cool, and then we will make the filling for our candy cane pie, and then we will put that filling in our pie crust when it is all completely cool. So let's get started. is I am going to be making another recipe So you will probably, you'll probably see me eat this or make this in another video. I'm gonna do it a trial run today, but I will be putting the pie crust in my pie shelf second, because I do need to add a couple ingredients to it. So what I usually do after it is all done mixing, I just give it a nice stir with my spatula just to make sure that everything is well combined. Now we're not too worried about the height for like this falling, because the longer that you leave it, or you know, once you add the ingredients, it does start to fall a little bit. But since I'm using this for a pie shell, I'm not worried about the height. And my other recipe that I'm making, I am not worried about the height as well too. So I'm just gonna put a layer of the mixture on this cookie sheet first, and then we will do our additives to the pie crust. All right, so what I'm gonna make a couple adaptations to this recipe. I will have the recipe linked in the description, but since I'm making the protein sparing modified fast pie crust, I am going to be adding some cacao and some decaffeinated coffee. We're gonna see if this turns out. I chose decaffeinated because in case I want to have a slice of pie at nighttime, I can still have one. But we are going to put 2 tablespoons of the cacao powder in with our, actually we're going to sift it in there, in with our mixture. I have like a little sifter that I'm going to do, just because sometimes, I've mentioned before, the cacao gets a little bit clumpy. So this is what's going to give us kind of like more flavor and darken up our crust for this pie. And now that I'm thinking about that, I think what I'm going to do with the coffee, instant coffee, is I'm going to put it in my little, I have like a coffee grinder, and I'm going to make this coffee really, really fine. All right, I am going to add just a tablespoon of the instant coffee, and then I'm going to put it in my grinder, and I'm going to grind that till it's very, very fine, and then I'm actually going to put it through the sifter as well. Ooh, it smells so good. Yeah, instant coffee, because nothing goes to waste in this house. All right, let's mix this all together, and then we will put it in our pie crust, or our pie shell. Like I said, we're not worried about the volume, so you know, if this gets flatter and flatter, we're okay with that. All right, perfect. And now we are just gonna put it in our pie shell. Then we are good to go, and we are just going to put this in the oven. It's not going to be too long. It's not going to be the full 20 minutes. I think usually for my pie crust, I usually do about 10 to 15 minutes, I believe. I will let you guys know though in the next clip. Okay, well that is baking in the oven. I put it on for 15 minutes, the timer. So I will check back. It has about 8 minutes left, but I'm gonna get started on our pie filling. So in here I have 8 ounces of softened cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of butter. I just put it in a different bowl just because I wanted to melt it a little bit so it's easier to mix. So I'm gonna put that in my mixer. I have cleaned my mixer and it is all good to go. All right, then we are going to just cream these 2 items together until they're smooth. A cup of Swerve icing sugar. And a cup of heavy whipping cream. Then we're gonna put that on a little bit of higher speed to get it all well combined. All right, then we are gonna wanna put a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract. I'm actually measuring out my vanilla today, you guys. do is I am going to put my red food coloring in the mixture and mix that while I have it beaten. And then after that, we will take it out of here and we will stir in our cacao nibs. Now you can also use Lily's chocolate chips as well too, and just crush them up a little bit more finer. But I feel like cacao nibs is a good substitute for that. So let's just put this on stir and add in our red. All right, I also took the pie out of the oven, the pie crust, sorry. It stayed in there for 15 minutes, which I think will be perfect. We are gonna let this completely cool before we put our mixture on top. But let's finish up our mixture. So I did mix it a little bit more, and I think that helped a bit, but we are going to put in 2 tablespoons of our cacao nibs. Now these are really, really low in carbs. For a tablespoon, it is 2 total carbs and 2 fibers, so it's 0 net carbs. But make sure that you check out the cacao nibs in your area because it is always really, really low in carbs. I think a lot of people just tend to go towards the Lily's chocolate chips, which I'm a huge fan, don't get me wrong. But make sure you look and see about the cacao nibs as well too. They are always a great option. All right, I think I'm gonna add just another tablespoon of the cacao nibs. There we go, and then that is it for our filling. So I'm just gonna put this in the fridge for now, and then I'm just gonna wait for a little bit until our pie crust cools. All right, this has completely cooled, so we are going to put our filling on top of it. I just transferred it over onto a plate. It's just gonna be easier for cutting and serving. So let's put all of our filling on top of our pie shell. All right, and then we are going to take 3 of the Russell Stover peppermints, and we are going to crush those. This is granite, but make sure that you have a hard place in order to do this. All right, and then we are just gonna put some of these on the top, and then I'm gonna top it with some of the cacao nibs as well too, and then it'll go back in the fridge for about 3 hours.
First flake of snow is set to fall today. It comes to say that Christmas is on its merry way, and for every single child.
Okay, I remembered. Today is the 6th. Let's open up our cheese calendar while we are waiting for our pie to kind of harden. Wait a minute. Oh no, I'm doing the 7th today. Because today is the 6th, but I'm always uploading a day before. So let's try to find 7. I feel like it's probably starting to kind of like, oh no, I think there's 9 different cheeses. So we might have a new one. No, I've had this one before. This one is the applewood cheese today. I'm really liking these cheeses from Britain, like the UK, United Kingdom, whatever you want to call it. I'm really liking them. I like a strong cheese, and I find like these cheese are really strong flavored, which I do love. So today's cheese of the day, got her done. All right, this is it out of the fridge. Looks so good. Let's cut into it and give it a taste, you guys. I think this is going to be amazing. Here is the piece of the candy cane pie, so let's give it a taste. I think this is going to be the perfect dessert for the holidays and for entertaining. Let's dig in. Oh my gosh. This doesn't even taste like keto or anything like that. Like, this is delicious. The pie crust is so good. It has so much flavor. This is all really, really flavorful. I think that even you could have like the filling as like a mousse or a dessert by itself. It's very, very, I don't want to say rich, but it's very like flavorful so that you'll get your sweetness. That's kind of like my peppermint bark that I made. You only need a little bit, like This is probably even too big of a slice, but you know me, I like to have like a slice of pie, but it's so, so good, you guys. You know what else you could do with this? Because this, you could definitely even make, I have seen in the grocery stores those Oreo graham wafer like pie crusts already made. You could even make one for yourself, like a smaller one, and then the rest of your family, you could use the Oreo graham cracker crust. That would be delicious. You got to make this. That is the end of today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Make sure you tag me on Instagram if you do try this recipe. I absolutely love it when everybody is trying my recipes and tagging me on my Instagram handle. I absolutely love it. My link is in the description. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go and give me a follow. I post on there every day on my stories. I tell you what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, what I'm drinking, everything like that. So that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can let you know when I upload a new video. See you tomorrow.